3 years.
Some guys look at great lengths.
But I feel like I've been engaged for 10 years.
Wait. Because I feel like this. I feel like we get into that wine and dine phase and we're rocking with each other for a couple of months, right? We with each other. You think we're comfortable with each other for a couple of months, and then we ask you to marry us. And then all of a sudden you want to come out with your wig off, holding it in the hand. No, that's not how I saw you for the last 8-9 months. Now you want to come, you want to, right. Now you want to scratch your little ass and fart next to me. No, you didn't fart.
Talk about being friends first.
No, but my thing is, a lot of times girls act real cute. Like I was with a girl and she wouldn't take a shit in the same house as me, and she would go home and shit. And then we got real comfortable, and all of a sudden, she wanted to shoot my house.
I'm not walking to the
So I want no lactose
intolerant. Straight up from the jump.
I'm not walking to the bathroom to fart.
Wait. So what's the acceptable time for women for a dude to fart in front of a woman?
Or vice versa.
The second date?
Nah.
Yo, baby, this is what it smell like. You want to stay with me?
So what about men? For a woman, how long is it okay?
Because girls will hold that shit till their face turn white. Like,
I need some time.
Stomach don't move from the right to the left because you don't want that.
No. I said if we're in a relationship
right now, I told him straight from the jump. Look, I'm not walking to the bathroom to take a fart. If that's because he was doing it.
Oh, I feel like a woman. 3 months after the dude farted for me. 3 months.
he was walking to the
It's a 3-month pushing.
What kind of farts will we
by the
talk
time he
about?
gets to
Because it's some loud, obnoxious ones that, you know, maybe that is cool.
You gotta take
Now those soft ones,
No.
I
Don't have me with a silent but deadly when it's just like 2. I know what you need.
If it's silent, it could be anybody. Everybody got pets now.
And I fart while we having sex. We ain't stopping.
Yeah, facts, right? They put on the dog now. Facts. Yeah, it was a dog. The dog farted.
But my thing is when he's asking
Wait, so what you said?
What she said was like the solid ones. You're not gonna be telling with me that you fart. It's real solid, and you gonna get closer. No, grab yo, fuck your ass up.
What did you have to do?
You know what I'm saying? My wig come off sometimes. Yes, it
You
does.
see what I'm saying? But you do that in the beginning, then I know what to expect. But if you are like this for months, you got a wig on for every occasion. You want to screw with the wig on with it clip to your Girl Scout, and then we get married, and now you want to put on the Girl Scout. I thought it was real. You was taking pictures with it all floating through your hands.
And blending it with the scalp.
Like, my thing is, I don't mind, take it off. If you feel comfortable, take it off. But you gotta let me ease into that.
Actually, take it off.
But if we're together for like 8 months, and you say, you know what, I'm just too hot. I can't wear this no more. But this is before I marry you. But if the whole time I married you, it looked like an IG filter, and then all of a sudden we get married, now you got contact popping out, you got hair popping out, you got all
eyes on the ground.
She gotta keep that same.
You got bunny ears, you got hair in your leg. Wait, when you ain't show me this the whole time? It was a whole IG filter. I was taking you out. You got catfish, baby.
Girls do shade
Catfish.
sporadically when they're in a relationship.
Right.
You ever seen a girl?
She be laying in bed, they leg hit you up like, man, girl.
It's like shake the nipples. It's like, what did I get involved in? Like,
Yo, we have been wilding.
It's all just one question. Like,
Do you guys actually request for the girl to maybe take her wig off? Like, can I see you naturally?
No, because
I do. If I want a future with this girl, no, not take your wig off. Nah.
So would you ask a woman if they wear a wig?
Nah, my thing is just like, yo, after a certain point in time, it's like, yo, we chilling. I see you doing mad stuff. Like, you taking mad long to come meet me. Like, I just want your company. I just want you. You could come natural. Come as you are.
To be
You know what I
honest,
mean?
you say that to
And
me.
I wouldn't, like at a certain point.
Yo, but
You go like this. You go like this.
Alright,
Yeah, you go like this.
wait. I'm gonna tell you how it go. It's like, yo, shorty, come through. Oh, it's gonna take me like an hour and a half, 2 hours to get over there. I gotta do this, that, and the third. Nah, but listen, you don't gotta do all that. Just come. I just want to chill with you. Come, pull up. I need you right now. Come how you are, and that's your chance to come through with. You know, as you are.
It don't take but 5 minutes for her to throw that wig over them Allen Iverson braids.
But then I'm gonna be like,
Rookie Iverson, not the joints that had hang time. The rookie Iverson.
Rookie Iverson braids.
yeah. But them shits is like a audio tray in the back, and the shit go up and down.
Right, like you come and you looking like you look
Right here.
Wait, you come to the house and now you got a full-grown goatee. Nigga, how you get like that? Like you wasn't like it yesterday. How you get that? Like you know what I mean?
Right.
Like the whole year I've known you now, so you got a mustache, and it's more than mine. Like no,
Alright,
now we
y'all
gotta-
talking about looks. Let's talk about
But
personality.
no, but we in there. I'm with you. But my thing is, if you want to talk personality, then the looks gotta come with their personality. Like, you can't just hit me. Well, you can't hit me 8 months after.
Yeah, you can't
This
just
right.
out the bottom.
Right, this is the real me.
I'm not with you.
He tells
No, that's not a fake
Don't
look.
front and say that y'all don't get into a situation.
That's not.
Y'all don't be like, yo, your favorite question is, what are you looking for? So what are you looking for? What are you ready? Don't act like that's not your first trying to chew right now.
I want to know if you can suck my dick.
I'm talking about something else. I ain't never asked a nigga. I know what I'm looking for.
You don't ask a nigga what you looking for? Or you
No.
So what's your first date? What's your first date?
No, what you
When you getting
looking
to know
for?
somebody.
What you're looking, you get to know them by hanging out with them and seeing what kind of type of characteristics they have.
So
A
if a nigga
motherfucker
ain't no
ain't gonna
fucking
tell you
wait.
what they looking
So
for.
wait.
They looking for pussy. They not gonna say, oh, I'm looking for pussy. They not gonna tell you they looking for pussy.
How you gonna be this? I'm gonna tell you if I'm looking for
Why
pussy.
wouldn't they?
That's what I'm saying.
No, fuck that. If I'm looking for pussy, I'm gonna tell you. If you get upset,
What nigga history is just like I'm looking for pussy.
like my man too.
Yo,
Even
pussy's
Uncle Luke
everywhere.
can't do that.
Pussy's everywhere. Just like dick is everywhere.
Pussy ain't everywhere though, so stop it.
Well, that's not for a nigga to find out.
That's why it's for niggas to find out. That's a fact, though.
Like, we don't mind going through the trenches to find niggas. Like, niggas go through the mud to find a bucket. That's not the issue. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, like, yo, shorty, I rock with you. I fuck with, if you don't wanna fuck, that's cool.
You know, fucking Vietnam War.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, it don't matter. Like, I'm the type of nigga that's gonna keep it a buck regardless.
We need
like,
more
yo,
youths out here.
but you trying to call me a fake? You trying to call me a fake? Yo, work to me.
He's still lying at 30 years old.
I'm not 30.
You 30?
Everybody lies here and there.
We all lie.
Don't try to be like.
I admit I don't lie.
I'm never lying.
Yo, if you ain't ask the question, I ain't lie.
You know why?
If you ain't ask, I ain't lie.
Nah, you know why you might give a little white lie every now and then because
White lie.
But it's not even a white lie. Wait. It's not a white lie, bro. You just have to enhance your story. That's not what that. It's not what that. You add a little filter.
Yo, you asked the right question.
It's okay, bro.
Sure, they ain't asking the right question.
She didn't ask the specifications of the question. So if she asks a generalized question, and you get those filters.
now if you ask me about relationships and I say, oh yeah, I will be in a relationship someday.
Someday.
That's not a lie. That's not a lie.
But that's not a lie. That's not a lie.
That's not a lie.
That's not a lie.
So if you take it as, oh, he wants to be in a relationship with me,
But that's what happens. That's what happens.
You picture him up in that.
Nah, but he said,
You spending your Metro card money on me?
But that's because I would have spent time.
y'all fucking heard the word Sunday, and then all of
You
a
never
sudden,
want to meet my parents.
no, you lying.
Nah, that's too much. That's too much. Damn.
I walk anybody's dog. I love dogs. I'll take
That's why
anybody's
I
dog.
said that good
I'll take anybody's dog for a walk.
That's fucked up.
Yeah,
that y'all got us in there.
walk your dog.
So a nigga can't be nice no more. We either gotta be cut
No, you have to
I
be
think
nice.
we know
A nigga either gotta be cut
But
right
wait.
or all the way good.
But wait, 'cause as soon as you say,
Time.
oh, we meeting a family, now they, oh my God, no, but you the friend though, you the friend. It's okay.
This is what it is. I'm done with this whole
If you're not gonna be in a relationship, don't fuck more than 3 times. Because after
That's
that,
all.
Exactly.
I'm with it.
That's a rule?
It's all okay.
But it
Don't fuck
depends.
more than 3
It
I do it on her.
Because if we in the snowstorm,
no, because think about
It's what it is.
think about the time it takes you to fuck a girl 3 times, right? You might get it the first night, right?
the first night,
Y'all get it in a couple times. Okay,
Okay.
fine.
Nah.
There might be a few weeks in between. You might go out on some dates.
right?
Y'all fuck the
And
second
we know
time,
what it's
right?
supposed to be. You supposed to at least
After the
know
look,
what it is.
after the
How
third-
sweet as fuck, we just hooking up. But don't be
Right.
like, baby, let's come on over or boo. Because soon you start your little pronouns, their titties start getting hard.
Right,
Now-
right, baby.
No, because then when you start doing that, now all of a sudden you
Right,
set
right.
this shit up for fake.
Right,
Now
right, baby,
you going to
sweetheart.
baby, you going to boo, so now you the one.
Alright.
Now you the one.
Yeah, that's a
So
fact.
Right, by the third
That's a
fuck,
fact.
you married.
Facts.
And also by the
Facts.
fuck, like 3 months could have gone by.
Listen.
And
Please.
And now
Cause
3
this-
months
come
go
on,
by,
tell me.
she's now, and
What's
she's
the-
committed to
After
you.
fucking 3
Now she
times, that
committed
means
to
we
that
go
dick.
together now?
Now she committed to
That's-
that.
Committed to that dick,
Especially
man.
3 times.
You know she committed
wait, first of all, for you to get a second time, for you to get a second fuck, she
Wait,
must like
so you don't want to let go of
How I know you committed to my dick? We not asking
But you
you.
got a second fuck. She let you fuck a second
The
time.
first time was the
I
trial.
don't want my feelings hurt. I'm not asking who you fucking
But you-
with.
but if you-
I don't want to know.
Well, that's different
So
than
why
that.
why your feelings hurt though?
If you a
previously, that's
Because-
You said something earlier that you said.
I don't want to see you
said
fuck
women
around nobody
are
else. Come on now.
so
I
want
want
a
to waste your time by
relationship,
myself.
right? So if you fucking
what?
a pussy more than 3 times, and you can tell when a woman is fucking committed, so stop that bullshit.
Exactly. That's my
No.
Stop that
That's not
bullshit.
no.
That's
Because
what I'm
women
saying.
know.
They just say
No.
earlier that a woman has room to be.
No, because this is the thing. This goes back to
I'm not
women.
just gonna walk away.
This-
I'm not a quitter.
This goes back to
I'm
women
not
not
a quitter.
knowing
I
the
never
difference
quit
between
nothing.
good dick and a relationship. Where it's like, yo, I'm getting good dick from this nigga, and it's like, I be on my shit sometimes where I just need personal space. For myself and for my growth and for what I need to do. So I don't know what you're doing. I'm not questioning you. I'm giving you the freedom. You do.
But I
as you
think, but
like.
wait, but I think,
I don't
but
know
I
that
think-
you're committed to me.
But I think what happens though is that they're ready now. You don't fuck them 4 times. They don't think you fucking somebody else because I think for them it's like, okay, you have to be committed. There's no way. There's no way.
If you wanna know, ask.
Niggas is putting any pussy in
That's
their
fucked
mouth.
up.
Some niggas out here splitting
But
any pussy.
sometimes,
Ask the question.
but you can't do that.
Wait, no.
But if you don't ask, but if you don't ask and I don't ask,
Wait.
then it's
Let him talk. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
It's loud in here. That's all.
Yeah, I can't always speak everybody. It's a lot of assuming going on. Just because we fuck more than 3 times don't mean anything. And also at the same time, if we state that we're single, don't assume that I'm just fucking you. That's on you and that's on me. But I will communicate like
unless you ask.
me
Nah,
personally.
though.
Not even
Because
that.
I'm emotional.
Not even that.
You're not fucking on next
for
nigga we
yourself.
fucking.
I ain't gonna have
Okay,
no
no,
business.
That's why I don't ask.
That's how you feel.
That's just gonna hurt my
feelings.
feelings.
They want to walk away because that's their
Oh,
choice.
look, I say to you, listen, I just want to be friends with benefits of where it can be. And she agrees. And now we screwing each other. You're not screwing nobody else because anything we made a verbal agreement.
No. This is the thing. As responsible adults, if I'm fucking with you, that means if you fucking with somebody else, no, if I'm fucking with you and you fucking with somebody else, you need to strap up. We both need to strap up if we deal with somebody else.
That's a relationship.
We went food shopping and I
10 seconds.
What's your point?
Somebody's out here fucking wrong.
Who fucking her? I'm not fucking. No.
He said,
He said, no, wait, what? Huh?
How we get to that? That's a whole nother show.
Damn.
Why you bend?
All right, guys.
My nigga, you supposed to be on my team.
What happened to bro code? Bro code.
We're gonna blast.
Man.
come on, we all done did a couple couple strokes
Alright,
before
let
we
me
make the
clarify
condom on. Don't fret.
Let me put a band-aid.
Like, what does really feel like?
Yeah, you catch yourself before we fucking know.
So, yeah.
Yo.
I ain't right.
This break time is more lit than when we come on air because we can just say a lot of things that we don't think about before the break, and now we're trying to get it out. But I do want to give opportunity for the people who came here today. We've been back for 3 minutes. I want to give the opportunity for everybody who came here as a guest just to kind of talk to them just a little bit because we have been it's been rambling. And we've had big conversation. Like I don't think we didn't because we about that. That's that type of crowd that we have today. But we want to start with J Rock X. Thank you for being here, my man. Give him a little my brother. So you brought all these books here. So I'm gonna believe you're an author. I'm not thinking you're giving this out for no reason. Right? You don't have these out here for no reason. So let's talk about your books a little bit. How long have you been writing?
So I started writing this for shits and giggles back in 2011, and I started finding a passion for it. I think what started me writing poetry was after Trayvon Martin and Jordan Davis, and how like those stories, how Jordan Davis kind of like went under the radar because the Zimmerman case had a lot of headlines, even though they were in the same state. So the first one I did, ironically I did it for English class in college, and we started doing poetry, and I shared it to one of my college professors. She was like, "Man, this is good," like, and just get the ball rolling from there. And for me, I started out in Poughkeepsie, and it wasn't really working out for me, like, because I was trying to get my name out and all that. Yeah. So I started to come down to like I started off in Yonkers. Then I just branched out to Harlem, to Brooklyn, and to hopefully I like to get to Queens and the Bronx. Okay. Actually, isn't actually
all the boroughs.
Yeah.
Except for Staten Island.
Yeah, for real, yeah. Slaying Staten Island.
No.
It's fucking Jersey.
It's that part in Lion King where it's like this dog and this, everything that like don't touch.
There's one thing all 4 boroughs could agree on is that.
That's a fact.
Nah, we don't. Except for Wu-Tang, that's about it.
Guys, y'all are still lit. I need y'all to calm down. What was your first poem when you were like, you know what, this is it. This is what I want to do?
The first one was actually in part 1, actually. Shit, I'm trying to know which one exactly, but
you got a lot.
He's been on a mission for a minute.
Yeah, because like I have like composition notebooks at home. I have like 5 or 6.
Oh, wow.
Just writing. And I have a notebook I wrote on my way over here, actually. So.
Do you have a favorite poem?
I do actually.
Tell me,
let's talk about it. We gotta have you spit something.
You can't be talking all that talk. Like yes. I got.
Can you give the viewers a little something, a little taste of J Rock X?
So, random disclaimer: I'm not a rapper, which to me is a broad definition. And like for me, I like to like for me, to my poetry and all that, I like to uplift the youth and tell them like what's going on and how the children are the future.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
And that's hard for me to do up where I am because it's, highly gentrified and mostly white.
Yeah.
And my parents are like, why don't you perform up in your area? I'm like, no.
It's
no.
not my audience.
Yeah. And
so
it's like, what are you going to talk about? Like that kind of audience.
All right, so let us hear something.
So, I got a question. As serious as cancer. You don't have to answer it. Just think about it. What would you do if your life far from peace and quiet, mothers crying, some private rounds, missiles flying? Religious way of living, twisted minds, sick of tyrants. Even was here when we stood up against the giant. In fact, terrorists, attacks against women and children. The child look beyond the World Trade buildings. The government views the media to governmentals. People are starving, but they say we need another missile. You ask me, I say we need another president. Ban on the terrorists, I still ain't seen the evidence. We seem to steal from the Indians and save the Africans, dropping the Japanese, and back again. And that is sin, trying to make a right with the wrong. God bless America. I sing a different song. God bless the innocent, protect us from the horde, from the punishment. We live in Sodom and Gomorrah.
Ooh. I was waiting for some more. This just started. That was ouch. Oh, that was nice. So where can people find more about you? How can they purchase your books? Cause you got some real deep stuff going on, brother. We salute you.
We appreciate that. So they're on Amazon. You can find me at JRockX7. And for those who are interested, links in the bio. I have part 1 remastered, Love. And I have Love Part 2, which is a bunch of love poems I wrote to this girl in high school, but never really gave it to her.
Oh. We don't want to get too hyped up again.
She knows what's up. She knows about her.
This is how you start, you see?
And
okay.
I have Unapologetic Part 2, which is out now, which I actually released on Juneteenth. A lot of people don't know about. So with my book releases, I could do them when people don't really know
what it is.
Yeah. So so this book called Sports, which is an acronym called named Some People Only Remember the Score.
That gave me chills.
This man is deep.
And I released this during the NBA Finals. So so it's like, hey, this is out. So basically, I just put a freak on type of gun. Here you go.
Oh wow. We definitely salute you, brother. You keep on being positive. You keep on inspiring. We thank you for being with us this entire time because you've been rocking out with us even before we started. And welcome to Uncensored, brother. All right, so we're gonna try to get over to my young lady on the left of me. And this young lady definitely we've been collaborating a lot. So if you've seen this pretty face on my shows, at our summit events, and we've mingled with her podcast. Let's give it up for Naledi, aka Slim, everybody. Once again, like I said earlier, thank you so much for joining us. Our shows are similar, and what we do is similar. You're just a female version of a beast, and I love you. I love you to death, and I say this all the time, and every time we meet, I say this. So, Lethal Lips, where did you get that title? I've never asked you this.
You see her lips? Look at them lips.
Well, we're not going to start another conversation with that. It's 9:30.
Sheesh. No, well, it's because we're spicy. I talk a lot of shit, or whatever the case is. I'm very quick with the tongue. So, also, it wasn't play on the porn side because we knew it would grab people's attention. So that's what it was. That's how we got the name.
And how long have you been doing these? Because I know before I met you, you were doing this because our connection was through Misha. And she was like, hey, I know this person, and she does this podcast, and I heard so much about it, and I heard how this how big of a name it was, and I needed to be a part of it. I wanted to make that connection. So how long have you been doing Lethal Lips?
It was about, I'm gonna say, almost 2 years.
Okay.
Doing it.
Okay.
Yeah. And we were streaming on iTunes, Spotify, everything like that. We got a lot of artists to come in and show love and the whole nine. And we just talk about everything from mental health to Black women's issues.
Okay, well we definitely salute you. We thank you for coming on and fucking with us and talking that shit. Because she was definitely the ringleader of the shit.
The women, right? The nigga bashing.
She was the journey of truth in it for real. She wasn't letting it down at all. At all, yeah. No! I was like, oh, okay. All that stuff was Okay, over to the right of me. This young man, I ended up going to the high with, and it's always funny how things come full circle. When I first saw him, he was, for me, was as quiet as a church mouse. I never really heard him talk, really say much. And then I heard this young man had a talk show, this podcast called Ben Talks, and I didn't know Ben Talks, so it was kind of weird. And and this personality was just like, wait, I didn't even know he had this, but I'm happy we come full circle. So once again, thank you for being here. Can you just tell our viewers a little bit about your show and what you do?
Okay, well, first of all, the reason I was quiet in high school is because I realized at an early age that I need to get paid for my opinions. I ain't go around just yapping my mouth, you know what I'm saying? Nah, but thank you for having me on, and yes, I've been part of Radio Free Brooklyn for 3 years now. I had the show going for 2 years. I started out as a volunteer, kind of worked my way up the ladder over there at that station, and now I'm one of the managers there. And for my show, it's pretty similar to what you do and what Slim does as well. Slim was actually a guest on my show before.
Full circle, for real.
Yeah, for real. But I just kind of talk about what's going on in hip hop, because I really like have a passion for hip hop. So I just use that platform to kind of talk about what's going on in hip hop culture, and also give a platform to like up and coming artists, people that I think are really dope in the underground scene that's not getting the looks that they deserve, or that's not getting the airplay that they deserve. I kind of try to bridge that gap, and I try to give them a platform. So that's really what my like mission is. Like I've been hell-bent on doing that since I started at Radio Free Brooklyn. I host 2 shows there, and the show I do on Tuesdays is like I'm basically playing the DJ. Sorry to the real DJs in the room. I'm faking the fuck on Tuesdays now, but on Tuesday I got a show called Brooklyn Bandstand where I just I take submissions from Instagram. From artists, like I'll post about it and I get a bunch of submissions, I filter out the good, and then I make a playlist and then I play it on Tuesday and I tag the artist, I make a video or whatever. And then Ben Talks is just really like an outlet for me to just kind of get whatever is like on my mind out. Yeah, just talk my shit. But yes, it's on Radio Free Brooklyn every Tuesday and Thursday from 4 to 7. And follow me on Instagram.
Yes, sir. So once again, thank you guys for coming on and just showing us some love and fucking with us, because we definitely talk our shit. Yeah, we definitely do. This is where we live at right now. We do have another young lady in the in here who's part of the Courtney's Quarantine, who's we haven't really kind of shouted out yet. But this young lady, she is a boss in her own right, and she's always keeping people booked and busy. And she's a lot in one. She's like a model, a mother, a singer. She's like a manager in her own right. Miss Kenya, can we just show you some love real quick? Just grab a mic. And we just want to tell the audience a little about who you are. They don't really get to hear you.
Oh no, it's not yet. It's the 30th. But I go by Queen Libra when I sing. I'm an aspiring model, so I do benefit modeling shows with domestic violence. I do. Okay. Thank you. I do a lot of benefit concerts for that cause domestic violence. I do help underground artists come to events like this and showcasing, because I love supporting underground artists as myself, because not a lot of people want to share stuff. So I'm trying my best. Like even right now, I have a little small team from another show that I did, and we're trying to do a show for unsigned artists by artists, basically. So other people like to take advantage of us, charge us $300, $600. Like, who has that type of money? Like, we have to pay rent, we have kids to feed. Like, so we're trying to do it for the love and get our music out there.
Well, we salute you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being on the team.
Thank you.
So I want to thank everybody for coming through. We love y'all so much for this fucking with us. Like, at the end of the day, we just a show that like to talk our shit, and you guys are our families, because y'all talk y'all shit, and we can still go home and be friends and be okay, and that's what grown people do. So we are out for today, but don't miss us next week. We're back here once again, still talking our shit, still probably talking about this shit, because this is a long and extended conversation. But anytime you want to be on Uncensored, just hit us up. We out. Peace.
He's trying to have me on the